What's up, D&D family? This is D&D Dad here. I've got a message today for all the moms and dads out there watching this video, and today I've got 6 tips on how you can start playing D&D with your kids. Roll initiative. Alright, let's cut to the chase here. I mean, D&D is a very, very complex game. It's got lots of rules, numbers, lots of different stats, all kinds of crazy things that make it very, very difficult, but it also has many things that make it very, very appealing to children. Problem solving, puzzles, quests, monsters, sometimes even just simply rolling the dice is a lot of fun. There are plenty of ways that you can modify D&D so that it can be appealing and fun towards children between the ages of, say 4 and 10. The first thing that you should think about is length. I mean, I've run some D&D sessions with some adults that have lasted 6, 8, 10 hours. Sometimes it's hard enough just to get my kids to sit down for a single movie, and that could be something that they're actually very interested in. So, when you start D&D, suggest starting small. Maybe try keeping something to 30 minutes or less. And if your kids want to keep playing, hey, that's awesome. Go ahead and just keep expanding on the adventure. But, I mean, again, you know your kids better than I do, so obviously figure that out. I've also found that kids usually like to avoid some of the role-playing a little bit. They tend to just kind of want to stick right to going towards the maps and the puzzles and whatnot. Again, this might just simply be my kids, but I usually like to narrate the story. Sure, I'll put on some funny voices of whatever characters or NPCs they're interacting with, but as quickly as possible, I like to get out the dry erase boards that I have, the tile systems, set up my map, set up their characters so that at least they can visualize something. They can actually physically see themselves in the world, where other things are, where their quest is going. Rule number 2 is content and keeping it simple. Again, you can get a lot of very, very crazy mechanics in D&D, like grappling, falling prone, currency, religion, different planes of existence. What child do you know of knows about the infernal plane, the abyssal plane, knows about the underdark? Yeah, thought so. So yeah, keep the content simple. I mean, sometimes they just want to have some basic puzzles, create some kind of dungeon that's going to have push traps, some basic pits, doors, mechanics, levers. As a matter of fact, I take inspiration for a lot of the situations that I put my kids through from their television shows. Like, as weird as this sounds, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Pretty funny show, and it's very D&D-like because the characters have to solve problems and they have to use objects and items in order to do it. So they have to, systematically solve about 3 or 4 different problems before they solve a larger problem at the end. I mean, and that's basic story, simple content 101 right there. Rule number 3 is choose a theme. I mean, you don't necessarily have to just say, hey, child, you're a rogue, you're a barbarian, you're a wizard. They might not even understand what those are. Or maybe they will be bored with being a human. Well, Daddy, I want to be a pony. I want to be a transformer. I want to be a Ninja Turtle. Hey, that's fine. Have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle theme. Have a Bratz theme. Have a My Little Pony theme. Monster High, Big Hero 6, literally any Disney or Pixar movie, you could take that entire universe and create characters within it and have your characters play as their favorite characters. You can also get sources of inspiration for your stories and your scenarios from shows like Blue's Clues, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Sesame Street, Dora the Explorer, and Paw Patrol. And I'm sure there's some adults watching this video right now who don't have kids and they're probably thinking, wow, this guy knows a lot about children's shows. Rule number 4 kind of goes along with rule number 3 that I just had, and that's age appropriate. If you don't feel like the combat or the violence in D&D, as it sometimes can be, make it age appropriate. Have it just be puzzles, exploration, finding great magical items to get your children's characters more powerful. Stick to role playing. I mean, if you've ever improv'd before or taken on a different character when you're reading the child's story at night, that is a very, very good skill to utilize in D&D as well. I mean, who even says that your D&D games have to include combat anyway? Rule number 5 is always make it fun. The whole reason that you're even doing this is for fun and entertainment and playing with your kids. I mean, even when I'm doing that with adults, The whole purpose of me inviting people over to my home to share an adventure with them that I've wrote is to have fun. And that's the overall objective. And D&D really is just collective storytelling. Everybody's taking a part in the adventure, adding to it, contributing to it, and laughing and having fun all at the same time. Okay, lastly, and tip number 6 is use what you have. Literally use anything that you have in your home to make the D&D stage, to make the adventure, to make the setup. Whether you have dry erase board already in a grid system, whether you have Legos, whether you have board games. We're quite frequent to using a Nightmare Before Christmas Clue-style board game here because it already has a tile system pretty much built onto it, and it's a great way to automatically give your game a theme as well too. So use anything that you have from your home. Use some of the kids' toys. Again, use Legos, use action figures, use toilet paper rolls, use egg cartons, use any kind of structure to allow the kids to physically see your maps and therefore have a more immersive game. Thanks again very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And those are D&D Dad's 6 tips on how you can start playing D&D with your kids.